What's up, guys? The attendance tonight was 15,960. The gate was 2.47 million. It broke the record for highest grossing fight night, beating Austin, Texas. So this is number one now. Thank you, St. Louis. Performance of the night goes to Ulberg and Pereira, and Goff and Waters was the fight of the night. They all got $50,000. What's up?
What's up? A fun event, right? And a classic Derek Lewis performance, struggling with the grappling and then just goes and knocks him out.
I don't know why they keep making me main event. I didn't want a main event. Yeah.
He's a fun guy, though, right? He's someone you can just bring to any market in the country and just have him main event and be a star to bring people.
Yeah, he's a fun, exciting heavyweight who knocks people out, and he's funny.
And then he strips.
And he's what?
And then he strips and throws his cups at people.
Yeah, I missed that. Thank God.
With Buckley, though, right, he called for his shot. He didn't get the main event. He got the co-main event. And he had an incredible performance. Crowd was behind him. Is doing things like that for a fighter, is that what they need to do to push themselves up in front of the fans and get more recognition?
I mean, it's the thing to do. If you really believe in yourself and, especially in your hometown, the city's great weather, clean city, people are great, crowd's incredible. And he's obviously going to be a friggin' rock star here now. So people who believe in themselves and take opportunities get rewarded in way more than just here at the UFC. It takes you to a whole nother level.
Obviously, look, the Apex is very convenient for the people who live in Vegas, but when you get a guy and have him perform like that in front of his home crowd, this is where someone like him can make himself a bigger star, right? Taking advantage of a position like this.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're watching on ESPN, I mean, everybody, I'm sure you guys were getting texts too. It's like, they're like, Jesus Christ, it's like a pay-per-view there right now. 100%. And this is sort of when you think about how we built this business, it was taking it out of, the big markets. Like, when we first got into the fight business, everybody just went to Vegas, Atlantic City, sometimes New York, sometimes L.A., That's the only place that really had fights, unless you had a local kid that would fight in some, we built this business taking this thing to every city all over the world. And, as we start to get our shit together, I will call it, and start to move out and start to, go to these different cities like we used to, the whole sport just goes to another level.
Do you think there'll be a time where the Apex shows are like maybe once a month, if that, or you'll use it more sparingly, or are you happy to have that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this for a long time. We got to get out of the Apex and start doing more events in all these different cities, and we're starting to do it. We're getting it done this year.
Yeah, you talk about going to different cities. Congratulations on the new Saudi deal for the UFC and for Power Slap.
Thank you.
It's rare that a deal gets extended before you even have your first event. How exactly did this one come around that they wanted to just keep going into business with you?
Well, it started with Power Slap. They wanted Power Slap. I got in there and started talking to them, and then we did another UFC fight too.
They're talking about an event maybe later this year, next year. Is that going to be a pay-per-view, or is that another fight night for them?
Fight night. Yeah, they're both fight nights.
Outside of tonight as well, I wanted to say congratulations on what I assume will be the UFC's first $20 million gate with Conor's return. Is that true? Is it going to break 20 million?
Yeah, it's already way over 20 million.
Yeah. Is it a bit more satisfying? Because I remember there was another promoter in Espinoza who said the UFC's never done a $20 million gate, so is it fun to...
Who gives a flying fuck what Espinoza thinks? Pardon my language, ma'am. Ma'am, sorry, yeah. Yeah. Where is Espinoza? Sorry. Where is Espinoza? Yeah, who gives a shit?
Okay, last one from me. Jon Jones is making headlines recently by saying, maybe he's interested in Stipe, then Alex Pereira. In your mind, is the move still do the Stipe fight, and then if he wants to fight again, it's Tom Aspinall?
Yeah, it's Stipe. I think Jon's just asking, who do you like? What do you think? Kind of just feeling it out and seeing what people think. But he knows he's fighting Stipe.
Stipe said that might be in New York. Is that about right?
Sounds right.
Dana right here.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Wanted to talk about Terrence McKinney and Chase Hooper. Sorry, not Terrence McKinney. Esteban Ribovics and Chase Hooper tonight.
Yeah.
Both with the finishes. And there seems to be like a lottery of guys calling out Paddy Pimblett. We had Moicano and Chase Hooper and Ribovics all called out Paddy tonight. Wanted to get your thoughts on that as well.
Calling Paddy out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Paddy's a fun fight for guys, and I think guys think he's super beatable, but Patty always seems to get the job done. So, yeah. And I think the guys want to call out people that will get attention, a fight that'll get a lot of attention. And Patty's definitely one of those guys.
We haven't seen you in a little bit. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how fun it was to make the UFC 300 video where you kind of clap back at everybody for.
It's always fun. I mean, I always, you know that. I always take the low road. That's my favorite thing to do.
And you kind of went viral this week. You were hanging out in New York, and there was a guy throwing boxes in the back of the FedEx truck. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that as well.
My thoughts on him throwing that, I thought it was hilarious. That's why I posted it.
Could he one day get a job doing anything in the UFC?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll get a job doing something. He doesn't look like he loves that job, I can tell you that. Hopefully he gets a job doing something he loves to do, because that wasn't it.
Dana, right
Yeah.
here.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. With the success of this event in St. Louis, how often do you see the UFC coming back here? I mean, I know we would love it if you came here more regularly. Yeah, and could we ever see a pay-per-view here?
Yeah, this is an incredible market. I mean, it's like I said, I love the city. The city's awesome. I was only here for 2 days, but it was great. Got perfect weather here too, and people here are awesome. The fans are fucking dynamite. I mean, look at the energy in that place today. We'll definitely be back here, and absolutely, we could bring a pay-per-view here.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you guys are number one now, all-time fight night gate, so you beat Austin, Texas. Thank you.
Right here in the hat.
Hi.
Hi. So next week we are looking to the PBR, and you've got a very special bull competing there. Can you tell me a little bit about Twisted Steel's preparations for PBR and how you're feeling about next week? Yeah,
my boy, they put a bounty on him actually for this next one, so I don't know how it's going to work out or who's going to end up riding him, but if the rider rides him, he gets $25,000, and then they're donating $25,000 to Cowboys charity, and then I'm going to match it another $25,000. So the rider will get $50 if he rides him, and $50 to Cowboys charity.
And how disappointed were you when Cowboy tore his bicep?
Not at all. I was actually very excited when he tore his bicep because my bull will murder him. Okay, it was insane in the first place. Cowboy's too old to be doing that shit, and now I think he knows he's too old to be doing it. That was a higher power telling him, yeah, you shouldn't be riding PBR. You know, I got one of the nastiest bulls in the PBR. Yeah.
He's certainly a rank bull, and I've got one little challenge for Cowboy myself. If you notice this BMF brand on the top of my hat,
yeah.
Got that custom branding iron, and I said if he did his ride, I was going to let him brand me, but now I just want to let him do it. So what do you think about that?
Did you say brand you?
Yes, sir.
Brand you?
Yes, sir.
You and Cowboy were made for each other.
Can we make it happen?
You're nuts. Can I make it happen?
Yes,
There's
sir.
no way in hell I would make that happen. You're crazy. Brand you where?
Back of the shoulder.
In the back of your shoulder.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Clout for fun.
Clout for
I'm
fun?
the BMF. I'll be the girl BMF.
Yeah, I can't make that happen. You look like a really sweet lady. The last thing you need to do is get branded. Have you ever been branded before?
No.
No?
I've done it to someone.
You should probably. You do? You have? Oh, you're into some shit, huh? I got it. All right. I don't know. Maybe talk to Eric. Maybe Eric will hook you up with Cowboy.
I'll see you in Arlington.
All right. Thank you. Hi.
Right here. So what did you think of Joaquin Buckley's performance tonight?
Incredible. I mean, he asked for this fight. He fought a guy that was smashing people, in the first round, and he went out and took the fight to him, and incredible performance. In your hometown, in my experience, it's funny because you have some guys who are like, it's my dream to fight in my hometown, but most people don't want to fight in their hometowns. It's a lot of pressure. Everybody hitting you up for tickets. It's a different vibe when you fight in your hometown. Buckley called for this, came out, he delivered, and, that guy's going to be a rock star here now. People who didn't know who the hell he was yesterday know who he is today.
Yeah, I'm really good friends with Buckley, and he was saying, he was contemplating whether to try to get on the St. Louis card or fight, a ranked guy, but he's game, so... Yeah.
Yeah, well, this guy wasn't ranked, but this guy's nasty. This is a guy that, this is a guy that most people in Buckley's position don't call out. If you're Buckley, when you look where he's ranked, you want to fight a guy higher in the rankings, not take that kind of a risk to fight a killer like this guy and possibly lose. He would have fell out of the rankings if he lost.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking awesome move. This is the type of shit that fight fans love.
Yeah. Couple guys asking to be in the UFC game. Chase Hooper came in here and said that you kind of get a pool of fighters and you get to approve it. Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. Can we see Chase anytime soon in there?
Sure. You want me to do it? Is that what you're asking me?
I mean, I want Buckley in there, but, it's personal.
Yeah. You know what? I think tonight he earned a spot in the UFC video game. Tonight was, if you look at how hard that kid's been working, came in here at a very young age and very one-dimensional. And he actually dropped him in the first round with a punch. He's coming to his own. He put on a great performance tonight.
Yeah, he said he's going to do a challenge whenever he does get in the game of, having fans try to knock somebody out with Chase as a player, so that's pretty funny. Did you stop by Ted Drew's earlier?
Did I stop?
By Ted Drew's frozen custard earlier?
I did.
How was that?
It was good. It was very good.
All right, and then, so Buckley did say that he called out McGregor. Any chance of that in the future? What do you think?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, a quick question. Mark Shapiro said earlier this week that the Sphere would be a one-and-done thing. Was that always the plan, or has it been one of those things that as you guys have gotten into the planning and how complex it is, that's just kind of developed into?
I went to figure out how to tell you this without bumming people out, but I went to U2 at the Sphere. Halfway through the show, I was like, I got to fucking do this. Left, called my head of production and said, get ready. You and your guys are going to U2 next weekend. I want you guys to go to the show. We're doing the Sphere. And the timing worked out perfectly because I ended up in a beef with the guys we're with now. And in that beef, I walked out with the Sphere, able to do it because we're under contract. I couldn't just go do the Sphere. I'm telling you guys right now, we just went through the storyboards 2 days ago on this thing. This is going to be the sickest live event in combat sports that anybody has ever seen, and it will never be done again. This will be a one and done, just because I want to do it. And everybody, when I said I wanted to do this, was like, how? How are you going to do a fight in there? It's too hard. It's too this, too that. And that's the kind of stuff I love. We've already spent a shitload of money on this thing. Nobody will ever be able to pull this off again because nobody would spend the money to do it. Nobody's going to spend the money to do what I'm doing over there right now. And as it gets closer, I'll lay this thing out for you guys. I'm telling you, this is going to be so badass. I'm super excited about it. Let me put it to you this way. When we were going through the storyboards, I was getting fucking goosebumps. All right? Imagine when it's actually happening. And wait till you see the people that I brought together to pull this thing off. And as we get closer, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, this is going to be something special.
Sounds good. Another question. As Power Slap starts getting legalized in more states, and I know you're wanting to travel with Power Slap,
yep.
Are you at all in the future envisioning a scenario where you guys do the UFC and Power Slap in the same weekend in the same city?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to happen. We already have those dates set up right now. Yeah, where Power Slap goes Friday and UFC goes Saturday.
And last one for
me.
me.
And then you're going to see Friday Power Slap, Saturday UFC, and Sunday WWE. I mean, you'll start seeing that stuff too.
This last one for me. You made an appearance on the Nelk video with them storm chasing in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I think you were on FaceTime with Bob Menery.
Yeah.
You were in Kansas City last year, St. Louis this year. Any desire on your end to do some tornado chasing here in the Midwest?
Not really. I would like to avoid as many tornadoes as possible. I love the Midwest. You guys are crazy. I would never live in a place where they have tornadoes, man. That's got to be the scariest shit of all time. Yeah, not my thing. There's no natural disasters in Vegas. I'm good.
Dana, congrats first of all for this successful event. We love to have you here in the Midwest.
Thank you.
I think it was a great event. My first question, I want to ask you about the performance of Waldo Salsa Boy. What do you think about him? He said that he's ready for
Who was it?
for Waldo Cortez, Salsa Boy.
Like,
Waldo.
oh yeah, okay. What about him?
What do you think about his performance today? About how did he do today in his win, his victory?
I
his fight
think
overall?
that everybody tonight. I mean, everybody who won tonight came out and delivered. I don't know if it was like. I think that when you get the type of fans that you have here and you have the energy. I mean, from the first fight of the night, this place was almost full and the people were in there going crazy. And I think that when you have this type of atmosphere and fans like here in St. Louis, it takes everybody to the next level. Except that fight. I was thinking, how do I say this? It takes everybody to another level except that fight.
Well,
Yeah.
My next,
He won.
Yeah,
He won.
that's true.
But if you had to pick all the fights on the card, and that one opened the show. You opened the show heading into the, we're live on ESPN. You're opening the show. It's your time to shine and show everybody who you are. And that's your performance? Yeah. Perfect. I don't know. You guys tell me. If you go through the card and you had to pick, if I was giving out a bonus for shittiest fight of the night, who would you guys give it to? Yeah? Everybody's in agreement? Yeah. All right. Is that why you asked that question, or were you looking for me to pump him up and
I
talk
just
about?
want to know your thoughts, about his performance because I don't exactly know how to say it, but
Shittiest fight of the night? Is that what you were trying to say?
I'm not.
You just didn't want to say it, you wanted me to say it?
I'm not allowed to say that, but I just wanted to know what was your thought about that one. Following up, my second question, I know you said that the event on the Sphere and everything. Just wanted to know, besides all the money that you guys are investing, I know that right now boxing, they're preparing a super big fight for September. You know that. Independence Day for Mexico, and it's really important for a lot of Latin American people. How do you guys see that event, that UFC event for that month? How's it looking till this day?
What's the question?
Yeah, for those fights.
You talking about the Sphere? Yeah. We're going to announce all that stuff soon. This is going to be a fucking masterpiece, man. This is going to be I'm telling you right now, and this will be a fact. This is a fact. This will never be done again. You know what's going to happen when I do this event at the Sphere? Every other event that goes in there is going to go, motherfucker. What do we do now? How do we even come close to competing with this? We're going to fucking blow the doors off anything that ever goes into that arena again. I fucking guarantee it.
Perfect. Then
That answer your question?
That answers my question. And then my very last was not a question. I was really fortunate to get that Darius Lewis cup. Would you mind signing it?
I would prefer not to, but
I mean,
you were very lucky to catch that.
yeah, it was right in front of me. He signed it, so I really like it.
Today is your lucky day.
I really would like you to sign it.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Thank you, Dane.
All right. Why don't you have him sign it? Oh, he did? All right.
Dana,
Okay.
I just had one more. We were talking to Derek Lewis this week, and he had mentioned that he might have been in talks with WWE as well, just to check them out. In the past, there'd been some wrestlers like Bobby Lashley and Jake Hager that went back and forth between wrestling and fighting in MMA.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility for like some UFC guys to go to like a pay-per-view and make appearances or compete or anything like that?
Well, I didn't know that, but yeah, I would do anything for Derek Lewis. I really like Derek Lewis a lot. So, and listen, some of the fighters who fight here, have always dreamed about doing a WWE match or whatever it is, and yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I didn't have a problem with that when Vince was consistently fucking me for no reason, and now that that's not the case anymore, I obviously would absolutely do it.
Could we ever see you as like a special guest referee one day?
Me? Yeah, that I guarantee you will not. No, never. You guys good?
I got two questions.
Go ahead, sir. What do you got?
Both about another St. Louis fighter, Sean Woodson. He's 6-1-1. He had a good fight today. He's on a roll this year. I asked you about where you see his future in UFC.
Yeah, I mean, he fought a great fight tonight against a tough kid. I respect Alex so much. That kid always shows up to fight, always shows up to win, always goes after it. Yeah.
And before he was on your Contender Series back in 19, he started his career here at Shamrock. I guess it's Shamrock FC. I forget the promotion. So do you see him as like an example of the potential of fighters coming from like these local promotions who could potentially be like future UFC fighters or future pros in other ways?
Yeah, well, that's how it works. I mean, if you look at the Contender Series, which starts soon, and I can't wait, it's the best that's out there that is not signed by the UFC. And these guys come in and they have one chance to show me who they are and what they got. And it's what makes the Contender Series literally the best show on TV as far as combat sports goes. I mean, when we're in Vegas and the Contender Series starts, we can't wait to go to go there on Tuesday nights, man. It's literally the best. And some of you media that cover it live in Vegas, it's unbelievable. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love it. But yeah, these local promotions is where we get all the talent. They're key to the growth of the sport.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a great night. Thank you, St. Louis.